Welcome back. So in the previous video on project cost management, we have assigned the hourly wages and we have generated an actual work column, and then we have actually added the wages for all the material resources, and we need to generate a cost table from our previous file. So open your previous file, that is 7a.mpp, and by default it's all displayed. So like your resource sheet is displayed. We need to view the task sheet. We need to navigate back to the task sheet view. So select the task sheet view and you'll have all the columns displayed here. Now we need to navigate back to view menu item. So over here select tables, and tables by default it is set as entry, make it cost. So you'll have all the cost tables displayed here. So delete all the columns except the project cost. So you can see here, so what it is mentioned here is delete all the columns except the column name, task name. So what I'll do is I'll delete all the columns here. Okay, and this is how it looks like. And now I'll insert a column called add new column, and I will click from the drop down, select cost. So you'll have cost, click on cost. So you'll have the cost column displayed here, or you can just go to format menu and click on insert column, and still you'll have this displayed here. So you can, from there you can generate the cost. So this is the figure 15 that shows the cost column. And now you need to save this file as 7b. So your 7b is this. So this is how the 7b file looks like. And now we need to set up a baseline cost for each for the project that we have created. So it is the baseline cost information is nothing but so it's basically is the cost of a project at a certain moment in a time. So what we have to do is we need to go to navigate back to format menu item and click on insert column, and so make sure you select it over here, because or else if you're trying to insert here, it will be inserted like as it works similar to Excel. So it will go back to the previous column. You're inserting to your left or you're inserting to the right. So now since we need it to the right, so I will click on baseline. We are setting up a baseline cost. So baseline cost. So your baseline cost is given here, or you can just go to format and insert column. So after inserting the baseline cost, we need to set the baseline cost. So to set the baseline cost, click on project menu item, and in the project menu item we will have this option called set baseline displayed here. This is the baseline group. Select the baseline group and click on set baseline. So on the set baseline, what we have to do is by default select a baseline for set baseline. So this is selected. Select the radio button named entire project. So entire project is selected here, and make sure you have baseline here. So set baseline. Click on OK, and the baseline column will be populated with data. Let's see if this works. So I'll click on OK. And see, you can see the data displayed here for each of our tasks. The baseline cost is generated, and save this file as 7c. So this is your 7c file that is displayed here. And now we need to add a cost variance. So cost variance is nothing but what is the difference like between the current project cost and the baseline cost. So in order to set the cost variance, what you need to do is just click insert a column called cost variance. So click on insert. So you can see the cost variance displayed here, and save this file as 7d. So this is your 7d file. And now we need to set up an actual cost. So what is the actual cost that we have for a project? It is calculated based on the tasks that have been completed. So click on add column and select actual cost. So this is what the actual cost is. So if what it states here that the entire actual cost column is equals to 0, 0. So if for suppose if you have your file displayed 0, 0, then your project is not set to complete. So what you have to do is go to project, and under project go to status update. So over here you'll have the status update displayed here. So you need to update your project here. Status update here, and here you'll have the update project thing here displayed, and on this you need to set 0 to 100% complete. So if it is 0 to 100 0 to 100% complete only, you may see a different value, so make sure it is selected as this. Okay, and this is your 7E file. So with the actual cost column, the 7E file is displayed as shown here. And now we need to calculate the remaining cost. So this is what we have spent so far from the total budget. So the remaining cost is nothing but the difference of the cost minus actual cost. So you need to insert a column called remaining cost. So you can see it's all the difference that you get. So this is the remaining cost column. So it is displayed here, and save this file as 7F. So your 7F file looks like this. And now we are with the reports. So we need to generate the cash flow reports and the budget cost report. So to generate reports, pick your 7F file, click on report, and for cash flow reports you need to just go to cost, and under cost you need to select cash flow. So report, cost group, and in that you have to select cash flow. So this is your cash flow report, and you need to save this file as XPS. So click on file, click on print. So under print, select XPS. When you click on print, you will be given with this dialog box, and save this file as with your section ID, lab2 outcome underscore. So it is 7g.xps. So you'll be saving your XPS file like that. Now we need to generate visual reports, that is the budget cost report. So in order to generate the budget cost report, click on report and click on visual reports. So when you click on visual report, you'll get this window, and on this select budget cost report, click view. So on view, you can see you will find a Excel file that is generated with the budget cost. So this file is to be saved in the form of, like, the budget cost report should be saved as 7h.xps. So similarly, you need to just print it. So file, print, and select your XPS document writer and print the file as 7g.xps, 7f.xps. So since we have 7g, so it's 7h.xps. So you'll be selecting the file at 7h. So this is how the reports looks like. And now we need to set up, you can do a baseline, setting up a baseline for the specified task. So what you can do is just open your previous file, that is 7b. I'll open 7b. So on the 7b file, add a new column called baseline 1 start. So it is like baseline 1 start. So you'll have the baseline 1 start displayed here, and then add another column called baseline 1 finish. So you'll have baseline 1 finish here, and this is how your task sheet looks like with baseline 1 start and baseline 1 finish. Now we need to set up the baselines for certain tasks. You can do it like for subtask or for some tasks. So this is just for your awareness that we can set up baseline for certain tasks. So what you can do is go to project. Before that, you need to just select your tasks. So I'm selecting these are my tasks. I'll go to project, and in project select set baseline, and in set baseline you'll have selecting baseline as baseline 1, and then you have to select it for the selected tasks and click on these check boxes like to all summary tasks or from subtask into selected summary tasks, and click on OK. So you can see your baseline 1 and baseline start and baseline finish displayed with the data. This is how it looks like. And you can save this file as 7, and you have to add the cost column as well for this. So add a new column called baseline 1 cost. So you can see for whatever task that you have selected, the baseline 1 cost is also set. So save this file as 7i. So your 7i looks like this. So this is your 7i with multiple baseline. So the final comparison table, you need to generate a final comparison table. So for that, you need to just create a table with all the data. So you have to pick up the data from the figure. So for project total cost, you need to go to figure 15, and for actual cost, you need to go to figure 18, and for remaining cost, you need to go to figure 19, and you need to fill up all these details. So for figure 15, the file is just scroll up and in the manual and see the figure 15 page, figure 15. So the figure 15 is this. So the file for figure 15 is 7b. So from 7b, you'll be entering the total project cost, and also for the remaining, you'll be selecting it from the figures 19 and 18. So you'll be entering all the data, and we will be analyzing this data. We'll be checking out this final outcome, and we'll verify your project cost values. So if these values are incorrect, so for suppose if you have created your values correctly and while entering on this table you have entered an incorrect value, so we may not be able to help you, because this is the first file that we'll be able to verify, and then we'll be checking your project files. So make sure you enter your data correctly. So now we are done with cost management, and make sure you mail all your files as lab1 outcomes and lab2 outcomes in a zip file. So with all the files that are required lab outcomes as this format, and send it to the instructor before the due date. And now we need to do the risk management. So in order to view the videos of risk management, please follow the video on software project management, risk management part 1. Thank you.